Okay, so I'm going to do Laplace transforms question 4 now. And I'm going to start with, like I did with the other questions where, because I needed it, the table of Laplace transforms, and I've called them row 1, row 2, right up to row 9, because we'll need these. And if you notice, I've put a k there, because if any of these are multiplied by k, then there's a multiple of k goes into the answer. Okay, so I might not refer back to that again, but you can see that it's there. Right, question 4. Question 4, we have to solve differential equations using the Laplace transform now. Okay, now these questions require use of the following 2 key points. First of all, you need to learn these two, must learn these 2 points. Right, so the first one is that the Laplace transform of f dashed of t is s Laplace transform of s minus f of 0. And the second one, the Laplace transform of the second derivative of f at t is s squared f of s minus sf0 minus f dashed of 0. Okay, and they're 2 things that you need for this. I've rewritten them when we need it in the questions. So f of t is a function of time. F of s is the Laplace transform of f. The value of f and its first derivative f dashed when t equals 0 are denoted by f of 0 and f dashed of 0. Okay, so that's a bit of background that you need. So the most important thing there are these 2 here. And you've got to learn them. Okay. Right, 4a. Solve the following differential equations to give a function of time. Assume 0 initial conditions. So that means y of 0 is 0, y dashed of 0 is 0, etc. Unless otherwise stated. Yeah. So in part A, we've got dy by dt plus 5y is 1. Okay, so when we take the Laplace transform of dy by dt, so this is the Laplace transform of y dashed of t, using the rule that I've suggested that you learn over here, that's sy of s minus y of 0. Now we haven't got any initial conditions, else they'll be written here, so y of 0 is 0. So this simplifies to just sy of s. Okay. The Laplace transform of y, which is here, is y of s. And the Laplace transform of 1 on this side here is 1 over s. I've used row 2 of the table for that. Here, the unit step, f of t is 1 when t is greater than or equals to 0. F of s is 1 over s. Okay, which is written out there. Okay, so we substitute these in. And we have, so the answer, that's a bit big that there, let's go to this one. Right, dy dt is sy of s, so that's the dy dt there, for there, plus 5 of these y's, plus 5y of s equals, and then this side, the right hand side is 1 over s. Okay, so therefore y of s times s plus 5 is 1 over s. So therefore y of s is 1 over s plus 5. Okay, so now we need to separate this with partial fractions. So this is a over s plus b over s plus 5. Okay, multiply both sides by s plus 5. So 1 is a times s plus 5 plus b times s. If we let s equals 0, we have 1 is a times 5 plus nothing, so a is 1/5. And then if we let s be minus 5, we've got 1 is a times nothing minus 5b. So therefore B is minus 1/5. So we have y of s is A is 1/5, so it's 1 over 5s. B is minus 1/5, minus 1 over 5, s plus 5. If we look at our table, 1 over s I'm just going to check something here. We've got 1 over s, which is so we've got, sorry about this, the 1 over s is this one here, and so the f of t is 1/5, because it's t is greater than or equals to 0. And then we've also got minus 1 over 5 s plus 5, which is one of these with k is minus 1 over 5 and a is 5. Okay, so it's row 2. We use row 2 for this one. Sorry about that. Just wanted to check something. And we use row 4 for that one. Okay. And so the 1 over 5s, let me just get my table in front of me. The 1 over 5s, so that's going to be, so this is equals to 1 over 5 minus, and the 1 over s plus 5 is 1 over 5 e to the minus 5t. And that's your answer there, especially that last bit. Okay. Just check in with the answer from the mark scheme. 1 over s is 1, and then yes. Right, good. Right, oh, I left some more space for that. Never mind. Right, B. Okay, so for B, we've got d2z by dt squared, 3dz dt plus 2z is u, where u is the unit step. So like we did before, the Laplace transform of the second derivative with respect to time is s squared zs minus sz naught minus z dashed naught. Now, we haven't got any initial conditions, so it means that these two are 0. So we end up with just, that one's equals to 0 and that one's equals to 0. So we end up with just s squared z of s. Next one, Laplace transform of dz dt is s dzs minus z naught, and z naught is naught, so it's just sz. Laplace transform of z, this next one, is z of s, and Laplace transform of the unit step is 1 over s, and that's from row 2. So we substitute all these in, we get s squared z of s, that's for this one here, that one there, and then 3 times this one. Okay, so it's plus 3s z of s, and then 2 of this next one here, so it's plus 2 z of s equals, didn't really need those brackets, let's take those out, so just look messy. And that's got to be equals to u, and the Laplace transform of u is 1 over s. Okay, so we have z of s times s squared plus 3s plus 2 is 1 over s. Okay, and then we got z of s. Now this factorises as s plus 2, s plus 1 is 1 over s. So therefore we have z of s is 1 over s, s plus 1, s plus 2. This is partial fractions again. So we have, I'll just get my cup of tea. Just moving places. Sorry about that. So, we now got to do partial fractions. So we say 1 over s plus 1, s plus 2 is a over s, b over s plus 1 plus c over s plus 2. And we multiply both sides by s times s plus 1 times s plus 2. So we get 1 is a times s plus 1, s plus 2, because the s's cancel. B times s plus 2, because the s plus 1 cancels there. And the last one is c times s times s plus 1, because the s plus 2's cancel. So we start by letting s is minus 1. So 1 is a times nothing, because of that there, plus b times minus 1 times plus 1. And that's what we get when we put minus 1 in there. That's that one, and then minus 1 plus 2 is plus 1. And the last one is c times nothing, because of that there, that makes that nothing, and that one there. There we are, double underline that one like I did in the first one. So therefore b has to be minus 1, because minus 1 times minus 1. Minus 1 times minus 1 makes plus 1, which is what we want over there. Next we let s is minus 2, and you get 1. And again, that's going to be a times nothing. That's because of that there. And this one's going to be nothing as well, because of that s plus 2 there. And then it's minus 2. And it's minus 2 plus 1 for that last one. That was minus 1. So 1 is going to be 1 here is c times plus 2. So c is going to be a half. Therefore, c is a half. And then the last one, what we put next is, just do 3 dashes there and there, let s equals 0. And you get 1 is a times, and then it's, when you put what 0 in there, is 1 times 2 is 2. And the other two, the 3 dash, they're both equals to 0 now. B times 0, c times 0. So therefore, a is 1/2. So we end up with z of s is a over s, so it's 1 over 2s, b over s plus 1 minus 1 over s plus 1, plus c over s plus 2, so it's 1 over 2 s plus 2. Okay, so then we've got to use the table in reverse. 1 over 2s, that's this one here, with half of this one, so it's going to be a half. And the next one is minus 1 over s plus 1, that's going to be one of those, with k minus 1, and a is going to be 1. And then the last one is a half of s plus 2, so it's going to be one of these again. It's a half of the k, 2 there, so it'll be a 2 there, where the a is. So we use row 2 and row 4. Let's go forwards here. So that one uses row 2, and these two use row 4. So then we can say this is going to be 1 over 2s is a half. The minus 1 over s plus 1 is minus e to the minus t. And then the next one is going to be plus a half e to the minus 2t. Okay, so where these come from, that minus is from that one there. And this is minus 1, because it's that number with a change of sign. That half has come from there. And that 2 is that number with a minus 2, because that's plus 2 there. And that's the answer for that one. So it's not, so therefore z of t, that should say there. Let me just rub that bit out. Okay, did I get that right on the other one? No I didn't. Y of s is equals to this, so therefore y of t is equals to that. Good. That's your answer there for that one. Right, C. So same again, except this time we've got initial conditions. Just keep an eye on the solution as well, because I'm marking them as I go along. The first two are correct. Okay, so this is exactly as I've written out before. Okay, except this time we've got initial conditions. Y of 0 is 0, so that bit's 0. Y dash 0 is 1, so this one is going to be a minus 1 in there. Okay, but this one, y of 0 is 0. Okay, so that's everything. So that's the Laplace transform of the second derivative. That's on the first page after the, well, what I put in the pink box. You must remember this. Pink box, that's in the pink box, and that you should know. Okay, so substitute all this in. S squared y of s minus 1 plus 5s y of s plus 4 y of s equals 0. So therefore, so I was just thinking we've got a 0 on that side, but what happens is this minus 1 will go over there, so I'm happy again. So this is y of s squared plus 5s plus 4 equals 1 when I put that other one there. So y of s times s plus 4, s plus 1 is 1. So therefore y of s is 1 over s plus 4, s plus 1. So now we need partial fractions. 1 over s plus 4, s plus 1. So it's a over s plus 4 plus b over s plus 1. So I'm going to say 1 is going to be a times s plus 1 plus b times s plus 4. Multiply both sides by this denominator. So the s plus 4 will leave the s plus 1 up there. And this s plus 1 will cancel out that s plus 1. So it'll be s plus 4 up there. Okay, if we let s equals minus 1, we get 1 equals a times nothing plus b times 3, because minus 1 plus 4 is 3. So we therefore b is 1/3. And if we get s is minus 4, we'll get 1 is a, and then minus 4 plus 1 is minus 3, plus b times nothing. I'll just put this as, just to keep it consistent, because I know that'll worry some people. So therefore a is minus 1/3. Okay, so y of s is now a over s plus 4, so it's minus 1 over 3 s plus 4, plus b, which is 1/3 s plus 1. Just going to check my answers before I go any further with this. Yes, I'm happy with that one. And then this one, back to our table, is row 4 again here, because it's k over s plus a. So we've got 1/3 for our k and minus 1/3, and we've got a 1 and a 4. Okay, and then it's k e to the minus 80. So it's row 4 for these ones. So we use row 4 for that one and row 4 for that one. And then this is going to be the minus 1/3. So it's going to be minus 1/3 e to the minus 4t for the first one, plus 1/3 e to the minus t. And I've done that equals again in the wrong place. Let's just, so we can say therefore f of, y of t, because we've got y in the question, so we need there, lowercase y of t equals minus 1/3 e to the minus 4t plus 1/3. Yeah, tick. Good. All the others are correct as well because I've checked them, so I'll just give myself a tick for each of those. Right, one more to go, I believe. Okay, so what's here? That one, that's the rule from inside the pink box. I've got no initial conditions, so those bits are 0. Again, this is from the pink box, this bit's 0. And that one we've had before, so all that's on every page. It's just whether or not you've got any initial conditions will change things here. Here we've got sine t on the right-hand side. So Laplace transform of sine omega t from row 7 is omega sine squared plus omega squared, omega divided by, and we've got sine of 1t, so it means omega is 1. So we've got 1 over s squared plus 1 squared, which is 1 over s squared plus 1. So yeah, put all the bits together, substitute them in, and we'll get s squared y of s plus 4s y of s plus 3 y of s is 1 over s squared plus 1. So therefore, y of s times s squared plus 4s plus 3 is 1 over s squared plus 1. This factorises. This is going to be s plus 3, s, but x, s plus 3, s plus 1. That's 1 over s squared plus 1. So y of s equals 1 divided by s squared plus 1, s plus 3, s plus 1. Okay, so we've got partial fraction for these. So I'm really pleased to say, yes, I am. This is going to be, I'm pleased to say that I've left the room, but left some room on the other side. Left the room on the other side. This one. Okay, partial fractions. So we've got 1 divided by s squared plus 1, s plus 3, s plus 1. It's going to be a over as plus b over s squared plus 1. Got to have one less power on the top. And then the next one is going to be c over s plus 3, and then d over s plus 1. So if we multiply both sides by the denominator of the left, number 1 is as plus b times s plus 3, s plus 1, plus c, s squared plus 1, s plus 1, plus d, s squared plus 1, s plus 3. Okay, so this is where I've got to turn the page. I'm going to rewrite that over this page. 1 is as plus b, and it's plus 3 plus 1. And then I've got c, s squared plus 1, s plus 1. And then it's d, and that'll be s squared plus 1, s plus 3. So that's the last combination that we haven't got. Good. Right. Let's start by letting s equals minus 3 to make some of these equals to 0. Okay. That's because of that. If we put s minus 3, they're going to be 0. So 1 is minus 3a plus b times nothing. So I'll just leave that there. So minus 3 plus 1. So that's c. S is minus 3, so that next one there, that's going to be 9 plus 1, which is 10. And then that one there is minus 3 plus 2, which is going to be, minus 3 plus 1, which is minus 2. And this last one is d, and it's going to be times nothing, because because of that bit there, because of that factor there. That's going to be the nothing. Okay, so that's given us C. So therefore C is minus 1/20. Quick check of the answer, which is in front of me, which you can't see, but I can't see. Yes, that is correct. I'm not going to keep going unless I make a mistake. So I've done that one. The next one, if I let S is minus 1 now, that one will cancel, that one will cancel, and then we'll be able to work out the D. Sorry, this first one, this was S is minus 3 in there. Next one, S is minus 1. Let's do it with 1. So the first one's going to be nothing, because it's got this factor here, S plus, it's got the factor S plus 1. This one's going to be nothing as well, because there's a minus S plus 1 there. This last one, this is going to give us, well, that's going to have a value. S is minus 1, so it's minus 1 squared plus 1 times minus 1 plus 3. So this means that 1 is D, and this is actually going to be 2. This is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. So therefore, D is 1/4. Quick check of my script. Indeed it is. Okay. Wow. The next thing to do is I'm going to look at the orders of x cubed. That means we're going to look at all the x cubes, and that's going to help us work out what the A is actually. So on the left we're going to have 1. Now on the right, look, the S cubed, I put S at X when I meant S again. Okay, so over here, look, AS times S, that's going to be the only, they're going to give us the S cubes there. Everything else is going to be at most S squared. So this is going to be AS cubed. And in this one, we're going to have CS cubed plus CS cubed. Sorry, now on this left-hand side, actually, we haven't got any S cubes. Because we've only got the constant 1. So we haven't got any S cubes. So it's 0. It's AS cubed plus CS cubed. And then in this last one here, we've got DS cubed. Okay, plus DS cubed. So we end up with 0 is A plus the C. It's almost like we can divide through by the S cubes. That's where they've gone. When you say orders of S cubes, you just look at the coefficients of S cubes. So we haven't got any on that side. We've got A there, C there, and D there. Okay, so 0 then is A, and the C is minus 1/20, and the D is 1/4. Okay, so minus 1/20 is minus 5/20 plus 1/4. Sorry, I've done that wrong again. Oh, I'm rushing. That's my thing. It's minus 1/20 plus 5/20, which is 4/20. Okay, which is 1/5. Okay, so 0 is A plus 1/5. So therefore A is minus 1/5. Okay. So we've got A, we've got D, we've got C. So now we need to find B. And to find B, let's say S. Let's set S equals to 0. And we'll get 1 on the left is A times nothing plus B, and then it's nothing plus 3, nothing plus 1, and then it's plus C, which is minus 1/20, nothing plus 1, nothing plus 1, and then plus D, which is 1/4, nothing plus 1, nothing plus 3. So simplify this. we're going to have 1 is 3b, b times 3, then minus 1/20, and then plus 3/4. Okay, so let's multiply everything by 20 to get rid of that 20th. So therefore, 20 is 60b minus 1 plus 60/4, which is 15. So therefore, 60b is 20 plus 1 is 21 minus 15. So I've added that over there to 21, take that over there, brings it down to 6. So 60b is 6. So therefore B is 1/10. I'm going to log on just to check the answers of this as I'm going along. Good. So B is 1/10, and that's correct as well. A minus 1/5, that's correct. B 1/10, that's correct too. Excellent. Okay, so we end up with y of s now. Right, back here, y of s down here, so it's as plus b over s squared plus 1. As plus b, which is minus 1/5 s plus b plus 1/10 over s squared plus 1. And the next one is down here, c over s plus 3, and c was minus 1/20. Minus 1/20 over s plus 3. And then the last one, the d, is over s plus 1. So it's plus 1/4 over s plus 1. So now we need to look on the table. Back to the beginning, back to the table. And we've got I need the table in front of me actually, just I can't quite remember as I flick from one page to the next. I'm nearly there. Right, this one. This is this. I need to look at this one. It's minus 1. I'm just going to write it on another bit of paper by the side of me so I can look back. It's minus 1/5. I'm just writing it on a bit of paper. Plus 1/10 over s squared plus 1. That first one there. Okay, so I'm just going to look at the first one. I'm going to go to the table. Minus 1/5 s over s squared plus 1 is one of these. Okay, because the minus 1/5 can just go in the front there. So it goes into there, minus 1/5, multiplies each side of that. And then if we have, and then the other one, the other part of that one is 1/10. So we make this 1/10 here, and that's a 1. And then that's going to be 1/10 there. So it's row 8 and row 9. So 1/5 minus 1/5 s over s squared plus 1. That's row 8 with a is 0, omega is 1. And then the other bit, 1/10, I'm just thinking out loud here, 1/10 over s squared plus 1. That's going to be row 9 with a is 0 and omega is 1 again. Okay, so I've got it written down now. Sorry about that. To the front to get to the back again. Right. So what I've done here, this one here, I'm going to split this one up this first time. So it's minus 1/5 of s over s squared plus 1. And then it's plus 1/10 of 1 over s squared plus 1. and then it's minus 1/20 of 1 over s plus 3, and then it's plus 1/4 of s plus 1. Okay, so red pen now. This one here, this is row 8. This one is row 9. And these are the ones that we've had before lots of times. Row 4. Do you know, I just feel like I need to check that. Row 4, yeah, it's row 4. So the very, very final answer. This one is row 8, so it's minus 1/5, minus 1/5. We've got A is 0 and omega is 1. So it's minus 1/5, and then so it's e to the 0t, which is 1. So it's just cos of 1t. This is 1/10 of sine of 1t, because this is row 9 with a 0 and omega 1. This one is minus 1/20 of e to the minus 3t. And this one is plus 1/4 e to the minus 1t. And they're used from row 4, which seem to come up a lot. And that concludes the answers for this one. So I'm sorry, I keep putting these equals in when I shouldn't. That's actually, now it's y of t is equals to that. And that concludes that one. So you need to be good at partial fractions. That's all I'm saying. Right.